Good morning, gang. Okay, it's Saturday morning, and hopefully it's going to be an interesting one because I'm hoping to make this trip out to Rogersville today. We'll make sure nothing happens and do that. But I want to go into this with everything that's gone on in the last 36 hours or whatever. Guys, I can't tell you how imperative it is to double check, triple check everything that you read on the internet, everything I say or any other channel says or whatever, and do your own research. What's going on right now is just freaking insane, with everybody trying to get their 15 minutes of fame or clicks or whatever. Now, I talked yesterday, and by now pretty much the whole country knows what's going on with this spy balloon that China's got floating around over the country. And as of last night, here it is at 6 o'clock in the morning. As of last night, last I heard, this thing was over Missouri somewhere. It's had all night to go wherever. I see some tracks that say it's going to go over me. I see others that say it's going to go way down south, whatever it would be. The whole point of it is, what the hell is it doing here? Now, we've had the Pentagon come out and say that there's another balloon that is down in Latin America. There have been reports of a third balloon up in Canada. Sorry, it's early. But the most interesting one, and this is why I say you gotta check this stuff out and wait till the story comes out, because, gee, go figure, Photoshop or people posting fakes of things? What a concept. So last night, there was a viral video that went out of, and a few of you guys sent me videos, or sent me links on this too, of there was an explosion over the sky in Billings, Montana. We shot it down. The only problem was, at the same time, the tracking that we could all see was already showing the balloon over Missouri. Okay. Could that mean there was another balloon? Sure, that was my first thought. It's like, oh, do we have a fourth one flying around now? Until I did a little bit of research on this. Oh, guess what? Montana officials said the video was faked. There was no explosion in the sky over Billings yesterday. And whoever had that had some other video and tried to get their 15 seconds of fame. This one got so bad, okay? This con artist was so good at this that even on Jesse Waters' show last night on Fox, apparently he showed the video and talked about it. Now, the funny part was his show comes on, I think it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or something like that. I think he's before Tucker. I'm not sure. I don't have TV. Okay. But by then, the balloon was way past Missouri. Even the news media now is not researching stories because, oh my God, we've got to be first. And this, I get where the news media, the people want to make a name for themselves. Oh my God, I broke this story. Look at me, whatever it would be. How many of them have we seen that have broke a story that turned out to be false? And what happens to their careers? Just like this, okay? The road to nowhere of journalists who've destroyed careers by going with bullshit stories is crazy. So from what I can find here as of about 6 o'clock in the morning, we've got on what so far is photographically and officially acknowledged. Let's put it that way, okay? The best information that I can find is there's one balloon over Latin America, and there's one balloon that's somewhere over the United States somewhere. My guess is probably somewhere around me in the south. Okay, that's it. Now, why the hell this thing is still in the air, I have no freaking idea. Okay. The DOD came out yesterday and said we're totally within our rights to shoot it down. Wow, we needed legal scholars to figure out that an unauthorized foreign spy apparatus is not allowed to be over our country without our permission. Wow, what great legal minds we have. Okay. A sixth grader could figure, okay, if something's not allowed to be there and doesn't have permission, can it be there? No, I'm not allowed to go in the girls' bathroom. Okay, same concept. I mean, why this thing hasn't been shot down? There's a great clear picture of this yesterday that shows exactly what it is. I mean, it and again, I'm not some engineer or anything like that, aeronautics or anything. It looks like it's got solar panels on it and antennas and the whole 9 yards. There's a good picture of this. But here's my question. When China comes up and says, this is a weather satellite, how stupid do they think we are? I mean, granted, to ask how stupid Joe is, that's not a stretch, okay? Joe's stupid enough to believe this is a weather balloon. Most of Congress is too. But here's the thing. If you look at the trajectory that's been basically published of where this is, this started in central China, immediately went east, right over the Pacific, up to Alaska, over Canada, and down into the United States. Why does the Chinese government need information on weather that's already past them? I mean, mind you this, weather patterns go from west to east, okay? Even though China's called the Far East, right? It's actually, weather patterns west of the United States, okay? So the weather that goes through China eventually gets here. That's how it works, okay? It kind of circles around the North Pole, the Arctic Circle. Why do they need to track the weather out in the Pacific, the North Pacific? They don't. Up to the Aleutian Islands, gee, the Chinese going up, what are they? They're going to spend all this millions of dollars, however much it takes to put a weather balloon up so the Chinese fishing boats can figure out what the weather is like? I think that information's widely available. Okay, don't need that. But it's funny that this flew over Maelstrom Air Force Base, this flew over North Dakota, everywhere where we happen to have a nuclear arsenal. Then you have the one in Latin America. Gee, what would be the most obvious land attempt to get troops into the United States? Oh, I don't know. Let's bring them up through Latin America, or let's bring them through Alaska and through Canada. The Canadian government did nothing as well. But then again, Trudeau is such a sissy boy, it's unbelievable. He's more worried about, what wine he's going to have with his dinner than actually running a country. I'm not going to say, sorry about this, I'm not going to say that this is the prelude to some invasion or something like that. I'm not ready to go that far. But what the hell are we doing allowing the Chinese to have anything in our airspace without our permission? I mean, let me ask you this. We have a jet fly over the South China Sea that gets 2 inches into Chinese airspace, and they're scrambling fighter jets chasing us out, right? But it's perfectly okay for them to send a dirigible over the United States, and we don't do anything. How weak do we look? Guys, this is exactly where we are. We are emboldening our enemies. Our government is emboldening our enemies, and we're just looking like a bunch of pansies. Oh, we don't want to do anything. What does China have on Joe? Seriously, Joe, we're going to come check out your nuclear arsenals. If you don't let us, we're going to spill the beans on Hunter and you. This is how bad it has gotten in the United States. You notice the countries that we are having problems with. The majority, 99% of the problems that we're not having a whole lot of problems with Iran at this point or anything like that. Iran doesn't have anything on Joe. Our problems come from Ukraine and China, the two countries that Hunter and Joe had business dealings with. And they are flexing their muscles and turning the screws on us like crazy. When will somebody put the puzzle pieces together? This is all 100%, no doubt in my mind, a direct reflection on the corruption between the Biden cartel and the Chinese and the Ukrainians. He is selling this country out, guys. Do not think anything otherwise. This guy is public enemy number one. Pinball out.